Tech fans, it's that time of year again where we get to see Samsung's new flagship. They will be releasing the Samsung S10 series later on this week. So I thought I'd do my best to get hands-on with the device, if you like. The Samsung Galaxy S9 was one of the best devices of last year, so I'm sure for their 10th anniversary that Samsung will be pulling out all the stops for this one. But if you're being really picky, then you could say that they're not. The Exynos 9820 chipset is said to run on an 8nm architecture rather than the industry-leading 7nm. Will this make any noticeable difference to the user? No, but it's a funny little quirk. In other regions, the device will get the Snapdragon 855 chipset, which is built on the 7nm process. But it really will make no difference at all. And in early benchmark tests, the Exynos 9820 chipset performs brilliantly. And of course, being a Samsung flagship, it's bound to be one of the most powerful devices that money can buy. One of the big differences this year is the Infinity O display, with the selfie camera cut out in the right hand corner. The Infinity O display on the Samsung Galaxy S10 Plus will have a 6.3-inch adaptive AMOLED display, 3040 by 1440, and 522 ppi. The S10 Plus will come in 3 configurations, with the most expensive having up to 1TB of internal storage and 12GB of RAM. But they will all have a 4100 mAh battery, which is capable of wireless and reverse charging. The fingerprint scanner will no longer clutter up the back, and now it's placed within the screen and uses an ultrasonic method, which also uses 3D scanning for an extra layer of security and accuracy. It will be interesting to see how fast it is. The S10 will have 3 rear-facing cameras, a 16MP f2.2 ultra-wide angle, a 12MP main sensor with an f1.5 lens, switchable aperture and optical image stabilization, and a 12MP telephoto lens with an f2.4 aperture and OIS. You know me, I love cameras, so I can't wait to see how Samsung have implemented this triple camera setup. The front camera is very interesting too. It will be the world's first selfie camera that's capable of 4K video and will be a 10MP unit with an f1.9 lens backed up by an 8MP f2.2 for live focus shots. The S10 and the S10 Plus will use Gorilla Glass 6 for protection, while the cheaper S10e will use Gorilla Glass 5, which I've never really been a fan of. Although it is strong, it does seem to scratch quite easily. And using Gorilla Glass 6 on my OnePlus 6T, it seems like the 6 is a little bit more resistant to scratches than its predecessor. Of course, this device will be running the very latest Android software, complemented by Samsung's One UI skin, which I've been using on the Samsung Galaxy S9 Plus recently. And I do like the design, it is very clean. However, I'm not much a fan of the swipe gestures. I just feel that it doesn't feel as natural as other devices that are using swipe gestures at the moment. My favourite one at the moment being, again, the OnePlus 6T. I just feel like I have to stretch my thumb a little bit too much to get to the back button or to the other side of the screen, which probably sounds like the laziest statement that anybody has ever made, but I do hope that it's not the same on the S10 series. On the S9, there is the edge panel, so I don't think it would make it really practical to have you swiping in from the sides to go back or anything. So what about the other 2 models, the normal S10 and the S10e? The S10e is the cheapest version of the S10 series. This one could be the most popular choice. It's still a dynamic AMOLED display at 5.8 inches, but with 2280 by 1080p resolution and with 438 ppi. You don't get a triple camera system with this phone, but you do get dual aperture technology and a secondary ultra wide angle lens, which I always love. The front camera is down to 1 lens, but it is the same lens that's in its bigger brothers, and it's capable of the 4K video. The fingerprint scanner on the SE should be on the side, which I know a lot of people would love, and the battery capacity will be 3100 mAh. And then there's the S10, which sits in the middle of the range. We got a 6.1-inch adaptive AMOLED display, which has the same resolution as the more expensive S10 Plus, but with a slightly higher pixel density at 555 ppi. The screens are going to be really good and among the best available, if not the best. There is a lot of very cool tech coming out this month, so we'll have to wait and see. Apart from having one less camera than the S10 Plus and a slightly smaller battery, those are the only real differences between this and the S10 Plus as far as I can tell. The S10 will lose the 8MP front-facing live focus camera and have a 3400 mAh battery. Size-wise, the S10 series should fit everybody. They seem to have got it all covered. We will find out later on this week, so make sure you're subbed to Btekt. Follow us on Facebook, Instagram and Twitter to find out what the S10 series will really be like. And of course, there will be full reviews coming up on Btekt very soon. A special thanks to Direct Mobiles. They have over 24 years of award-winning customer service, definitely well worth a look. Check down in the video description below and you will find a link to their deals, or search directmobiles.co.uk. Don't forget, 20th of February at Unpacked, we'll find out. I'm David, and this is Btekt.
It's Archie.